What is Chapter 7 bankruptcy? I get asked this question a lot, and the simplest answer I can give you about Chapter 7 is that it's a 4-month bankruptcy, usually. When you go into Chapter 7, we need to know about your income, your expenses, your assets, and your debts. We organize all this information into what's called the bankruptcy petition and schedules. Now, obviously, we help you through this process, but in reality, what it comes down to is, do you qualify for Chapter 7? If you qualify for Chapter 7, the next question I'm going to need to know is, at the end of the month, can you afford to repay any of your debts at this point in time in your life? Because in Chapter 7, we freeze the day you file. I know that sounds like a weird concept, but we freeze that day. We need to know your income, your expenses, your assets, and your debts on the day you file. And then what we do is we look for all of your assets. We need to know every asset you have. And then the question becomes is whether or not you can protect those assets or not. Before you ever walk into the courthouse doors and file your bankruptcy paperwork, I want to know if all of your assets are protected. And if they're not, what can we do to protect them? I also want to know what your income and your expenses were to make sure you qualify. And then we look at your debts, and we want to know what type of debt you have. Do you have IRS debt? Do you have student loans? Do you have credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, gas cards, store cards? You name it, we look at each debt, and we want to make sure that we can discharge all of those debts, because the whole purpose of a Chapter 7 is to get you that bankruptcy discharge, which is a federal court order saying you no longer owe all dischargeable debts. That's the goal, to get you that discharge. And when we do, that puts you in a much better position financially moving forward.